Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. Are we recording? Yeah, so we haven't done any episodes for a while.
Yeah.
Or episodes have been very sporadic.
Yeah.
And the reason for that
is
life.
Life.
Let's not say it's been challenging. Life happens.
Life happens.
And took precedence over the podcast for a little bit.
Yeah.
I have all the plans in the world to continue the podcast.
Yes.
Podcast is coming back and will be more consistent.
Yes.
I don't have anything else to say.
That's it.
Let's talk about the new search engine from ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Yeah. Well, I got an email from somebody who we will not name, who said that the Google search is over and that the ChatGPT search is the future.
Right. That's the buzz. That happens a lot. I'm going to talk about that.
Tell me what's happening.
The question I get as a consultant is, how do I get my website into the new ChatGPT search engine? How do I optimize my site for AI and no longer Google?
Pretty much, are they saying, like, forget everything we've been working on forever. Let's move to this new fancy bright light.
No, they have the same inclination that, this is the future. We need to get our site into this new, we need to bring our website into the future.
Right.
We need to future-proof our website. So
yeah.
That's the question I get as a consultant. I'm going to answer that, but first I want to put it in a little context so that it makes sense. If I just tell you what I think is the answer, you probably wouldn't believe me. But I'm going to frame it in such a way.
But let's now talk about SEO.
Yeah. No. What? Okay. So first,
yes,
my question would be to this person who says Google is dead. It's all going to be ChatGPT search from now on.
Right.
The first question I have for if anyone who is wondering that is, how do you suppose ChatGPT searches the internet?
Perhaps Google.
They're probably using Google. In fact, I guarantee you they are using Google. I guarantee you. So the buzz that this is the Google killer.
Yeah.
And this has happened before, by the way. Not with ChatGPT, obviously, but there have been many other things that have come onto the market and seen as the new Google killer. They're going to kill Google.
Right.
There was once a service where you could chat, you could instant message a question and it would come back and it would, about anything, like a search engine, come back and give you the answer.
I missed that.
Turns out it was a person, a team of people on the other end using Google, looking at the results and then texting you back. That was going to be a Google. That happened with phone calls. Also, there was a service at one point you could actually call someone and ask a question and they would Google it and give you an answer. That didn't work either. Even Bing. You know the search engine Bing?
I do remember.
At one point years ago, Bing still exists.
Yeah.
But at one point years ago, Bing was busted for just copying Google results. Everybody just uses Google to copy the web. So let's imagine, let's go down this path a little bit. Let's say, this is going to kill Google. Like this is Google's end. It's Google's demise.
Yeah.
So Google dies.
Yeah.
How is ChatGPT going to function if there is no Google? That's going to be challenging.
Yeah, that would be challenging.
There's going to be no, like something would literally have to replace Google.
AOL search.
In order for ChatGPT to search the web.
Right.
Okay. One possibility, Google dies. Another possibility, and this is the one that has happened over and over and over, is that Google adapts. Whatever it is that ChatGPT introduces and people are just so crazy about that, they're like, this is so much better than Google. Right. We're going to use this instead.
We're going to jump ship.
Why wouldn't Google just start doing that?
Right.
And hint, they already have. Like Google already has generative search results. They already have AI search results. They already have the same stuff that ChatGPT is rolling out now.
Right.
They have it. It's not great. It's still early in the process. Like I'm first to admit, like they have improvements that need to be made.
Yeah, we all do.
But they are making them.
Yeah.
The bigger threat I see to Google as an entity, as the dominant search player, is just being broken up by the government because they have a monopoly.
Right.
And they do kind of objectively, I think, have a monopoly. I mean, 90+% of search is done through Google. Like that to me sounds like a monopoly.
Yeah.
So there is the threat of being broken. And I think there have been cases in the last year that they have been found in some respects to have a monopoly and have been broken up in some respects.
Right.
But Google is still synonymous with search. You search the web, you're using Google to search that web.
Google it.
So in the short term, yeah, probably the new ChatGPT search will gain some popularity. Yeah. I really don't doubt that. I don't say it won't. It might be great. It might be really awesome to use and integrate well with whatever else you do.
Yeah.
Long term, I don't think it's a sustainable model.
Right.
To use a service and at the same time think you're going to kill that service just is not sustainable. It just doesn't make sense. Google will adapt, is my bet. A year from now, I bet there will not be a huge adoption of the ChatGPT search engine. Maybe some. And is nothing against ChatGPT as an AI tool. I use ChatGPT all the time, every day.
Yeah, I just started. I hate to say it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. The show notes for this episode are created by ChatGPT.
Wow. Yeah.
The timestamps are from ChatGPT. Everything down below, if you read it, don't blame me if you don't like it because I didn't write it. ChatGPT wrote it. So to answer the question, if you have a business, you have a website, and you want to get your website to be displayed in ChatGPT search results, what should you do? You should do the exact same thing that I talk about here on the podcast.
Right.
Getting to the top of Google is the same thing as getting your website displayed more often in Google AI search results. It's where, if they're smart anyway, ChatGPT is going to take the results that Google thinks is most authoritative and most trustworthy, and they're going to use those results. So getting to the top of Google and being seen as a trustworthy, authoritative site in Google is going to be the same thing that you would do to get into ChatGPT AI search results. Same thing.
It's nice to relieve at least one level of panic.
Yeah. And Google would and has agreed with this. Like Google has answered the question, spokespeople for Google have answered the question, how do people get their websites into the generative search, the AI search results? And their response is the same thing. Do the same thing that you're doing. We don't have a different search engine with AI results. Just like we don't have a different search engine for mobile phones and a different search engine for desktops and a different search engine for people on tablets.
Right.
It's all the same. We got a bunch of information. We're going to use it. So I don't see this as a threat in the long term to Google. In the short term, sure. Yeah. But it's nothing new. I've seen this at least a handful of times.
Right.
Something like this, not with artificial intelligence.
Of course. Yeah, good to know. Thank you very much.
So just go back and listen to all the other podcasts.
Yes, please do.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.